Welcome inside Seton LaSalle High School as the OLSH Sports Network live tonight for continuing coverage of Charger basketball here on the OLSH Sports Network as your Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Chargers take on the Seton LaSalle Rebels. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Fargo, back alongside Christian Harbaugh and OLSH. The girls got things done on this side of the rivalry as the Chargers took down Seton LaSalle last night. And tonight is the boys' turn as the Chargers and Rebels meet for the second time in as many nights in terms of this rivalry and basketball on the hardwood. There's a lot being played for here tonight, and it starts, Christian, with playoff positioning. Both of these teams know they have their ticket punched to the dance, but who their dancing partner may determine what happens in this game.
Yeah, this is a big-time road game tonight for the Chargers. Tough place to play. Seton LaSalle coming off a few hot wins here. Connor Spratt coming in. He's a talented player, so the Chargers are going to have to play great defensive basketball tonight and then also control the boards and then play great on offense and push the tempo as much as they can. But this is a big, big one to try to get this section title held down and go into the playoffs with a top seed.
Chargers come in 15-4 overall, 8-2 in this section. Seton LaSalle 9-9 overall, 6-4 in Section 2 in Class 3A. But a team that is progressively getting better. And I think if you're Mike Rodriguez, OLSH, you're not expecting the same game that this was one time ago when the Chargers invoked the mercy rule. In fact, the only team that they had a running clock against all season. Certainly the coaching staff doesn't expect that this time around.
No, absolutely not. And if you look at the record, you think 9-9 and this team is in the playoffs. Yeah, that's true. But the first part of the season, Connor Spratt was out with a wrist injury. And since he's come back, Seton LaSalle has really turned the wins and losses around. And they're really improving under Connor Spratt. I understand the wrist isn't 100%. But it's good enough for him to be playing. So you got to watch out for number one in green and white.
No, there's no question about it. On the other side of the floor, it's Rocco Spadafora, who has been playing next level the last few games. And we expect the player that leads the team in scoring, Rocco, with 237 points this season. You have to imagine, Christian, that it's going to be another one of those games, a battle of the ones, if you will, between Spratt and Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco tonight, coming in, been a leader all year so far, and not just leading with the points, but also being a leader on the floor, controlling the basketball game on both sides and being very vocal. And look for the ones to show out tonight, and it's going to be a great battle on both ends, and I'm excited for it.
Spratt, the senior, getting some Division I interest, and certainly all eyes will be on this one tonight in Class 3A. Kind of interesting talking about Rocco Spadafora. He's certainly the team's leader when it comes to three-pointers, but there's been 74 three-pointers made this season for Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, and only 6 of them come from players not named Rocco Spadafora or B.J. Vaughn. The other players on the floor, while taking three-pointers, a lot of them aren't going in, but maybe it might be another 1 or 2 of those tonight that makes a difference in the game if somebody else other than those two can get hot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an interesting nugget there. That's a good one. You watch Dorian Tate and Darion Greer. Not so much Greer, but Tate will chuck it up every once in a while. If Rocco and BJ get hot, it's lights out. I don't care who they're playing. And you mentioned something last time, Matt, and big number 33, Bryson Kirshner, is still itching for his first three-pointer. So at OLSH. So.
Yeah, in high school.
So
in
high school
basketball, he's never hit one, and maybe it could be tonight. But you mentioned number 33, Al, and I think it's a good time for it. Bryson Kirshner, who changed his number mid-season to 33, has 133 rebounds this season. 80, believe this or not, it's an impressive mark, 85 of them defensively coming into tonight. Wow. So talk about, Christian, how dominant he has been on the glass and how imperative it is to do so.
Yeah, he's dominated on both ends of the floor on the offensive glass and given the Chargers second chance opportunities, and also on the defensive glass. My man is just physical down there. He plays with such heart and emotion, and he's really playing well on offense too, getting guys involved, but also taking his spots, making his free throws, getting to the line, and finishing well around the rim. So I look for him to have a big night as well.
We just mentioned the top 3 scorers for the Chargers. Rocco Spadafora, Bryson Kirshner is number 2, B.J. Vaughn is number 3. But the 4th may surprise you. Rocco Coladinato has 94 points, and he's the 4th leading scorer. Is not in the starting lineup, but when he comes in, he contributes, and I think he may be the unsung hero as far as one of the guys that steps up and does all the gritty work, and maybe the biggest surprise for the coaching staff in terms of how much he's contributed. They expected him to contribute, but maybe not at the output he has been producing for.
Yeah, he's living up to the hype right now, and he's coming off the bench, and he's adding a spark every time he's in there, and he does the little things. He gets the 50-50 balls. He works on the glass. He's very physical on defense. And then on the offensive end, when he gets his opportunities, he finds himself around the rim and the ball goes to him, and he just makes it hurt.
Yeah, Matt, you mentioned it, that coming off the bench, in the Chargers' last couple of years when they've had success, they've always, every year, they've had that one player, that 6th man, that was really, really contributing and helping the cause. Rocco Coladinato fits that mold perfectly. He comes in and gives the team a spark, and he gives it everything he's got.
There's no doubt about it. Let's give you an early look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. Al went over and crept on the scorebook, and we can give you an early look at who it's going to be. We'll start for the Chargers. It is the usual suspects: Rocco Spadafora, Dorian Tate, Darion Greer, Bryson Kirshner, and B.J. Vaughn. The starting lineup for your Chargers, led by, of course, head coach Mike Rodriguez. Seton LaSalle, the starting lineup for them. They'll put out on the floor wearing number 1. We've talked about him, the 6'2 senior guard, Connor Spratt. Number 5, Hayden Merchant, the 6'6 junior forward, followed by Ian March. It's February, not March yet, but 6'2 Ian March will start. He'll wear number 14. Senior 6 foot guard, number 20, Cole Sterrett, followed by 6'5 junior, number 21. He's a forward, in Nick Sikorsky. So the starting lineup and the head coach of Seton LaSalle is Mark Walsh. Well, we'll step aside. The anthem yet to be played. Starting lineups will be announced here, and we'll get you ready for tip-off between the Rebels and the Chargers. You're watching live coverage of Charger basketball, and tip-off is coming up next right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Stick around. We'll be back. Just wrapped up the national anthem here at Seton LaSalle. All Sports Network's presentation of Charger basketball with Christian Harbaugh and LaSalle bringing you tonight's action. The Chargers right now at best can finish tied at the top of Section 2 with Steel Valley after they split the regular season series. And a win tonight would go a long way in doing so with the last remaining section game at home on Friday night against Keystone Oaks. Another look at the starting lineups. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart going to be announced here. And this is a tough place to play, Christian. Coming here, it's a small gym. Going to be loud in this one. And although I think the Chargers have benefited from smaller gyms, especially when you're talking schematics, and I'm interested to see how much we see from Seton LaSalle differently. What do they change differently? Because really they just had no chance the last time these two teams played. They ran them out of the gym.
Yeah, I think tonight it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be loud in here. The acoustics in here are very loud. No offense, but it's like playing in a shoebox. So for the Chargers,
how many games have you played in a shoebox? I'm curious.
Quite a few games. You're talking about St. Malachi days playing and coaching there. I mean,
Vincentian comes to mind.
Like Vincentian was a very tough place to play, and we
Eden
played
Christian.
there. Eden Christian. Yeah, those places are always tough. And what happens is the home team always benefits from that because they're used to playing this way all the time, right? And so for the Chargers tonight, they're just going to have to communicate at a high level and be able to be vocal. That's why Spatafora and those guys are going to have to be very vocal on there, be coaches on the court. And for Seton LaSalle, on the other hand, the adjustments that they're going to make tonight, they're going to try to slow the pace down, slow the Chargers down in transition, and try to probably play their game with a little bit of offense execution.
Well, the Seton LaSalle starting lineups being announced right now to the OLSH starting lineup music. Now they're coming at, I feel it personally attacked, guys. Well, but that's what a rivalry is.
They're trying to steal our swag, man.
Hey,
they want our swag.
The most sincerest form of flattery is what, guys?
Imitation.
That's right.
Yep. It's pretty cool when you got other school districts coming to us saying, how you doing that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, first it starts where you got to get a guy that's like Matt Fargo with the voice and that can do that kind of stuff.
No, we got to get a guy who can have a lot of ink in his printer, like LaSalle, printing all these sheets out.
Absolutely,
and we got to get a guy like Matt in the truck.
Yeah, Matt in the
guy
truck.
like you breaking things down, and the only alumni on this crew, by the way.
And that's a big thing.
Sister Francine reminds me often I did not graduate from OLSH.
No, but I did, and she remembered my name. She'll never forget that.
Yeah,
from day one.
For what reasons we won't talk about, right?
Shout out to sister. I know you're watching right now.
Yeah,
listening.
all the sisters watching back at the convent. Chargers win the tip, and it's Rocco Spatafora controlling the Charger offense. Here we go, underway from Seton. Far side. Greer with it. Darion Greer to Dorian Tate. Back to Greer. Greer through the lane. Handed it off. Tate, floater at the baseline that doesn't fall. The rebound goes down to Connor Spratt, and he'll bring it up for the Rebels.
Well, that was great ball movement, but the Rebels here taking a little page out of Keystone Oaks' book, going with that same kind of defense against the Chargers.
Far side three on the way, and good from the far side wing, drained by Hayden Merchant.
And they're going to have to contest the three ball, and, Spratt's going to get these guys involved and give them confidence all night.
Tate on the right hand, hands it off Greer. Greer a step inside the three-point arc, and he traveled.
Yep. And again, this is going to come back for the Chargers where they can't be indecisive here. They got to be aggressive and make a quick move. They can't be holding the basketball too long and thinking about it too long. Just play basketball.
Starrett going to stare down Rocco Spatafora as he brings it up the floor on the right-handed dribble, bouncing it in and taking away there. Greer took away an errant pass. Vaughn brings it up the floor to Bryson. Kirshner through everybody, hands it off back to Greer. Back outside to Bryson. Tate on the far side wing, hands it off to Kirshner. Kirshner on the right hand. He'll penetrate inside, backing down his man, travel. Chargers yet to score, 6:41 to play in our first quarter, and it's 3-0 Seton.
So essentially right now what the Rebels are doing is they're not playing, they're playing like a triangle and two essentially. And they're guarding B.J. Vaughn and they're guarding Rocco, kind of trying to contain Kirshner.
Another turnover. Kirshner gets it to Vaughn and out of bounds off the fingertips of Seton LaSalle, according to the Zebras. So Chargers will get it with 6:29 to play.
Well, guys, how many times has the Chargers played a team where they have two guys 6'5" and 6'6" this year? And it happened again today.
Yeah. South Park just recently.
Yeah.
Inside, Greer backing down his man, up strong with it, rims out. Rebound off a few hands, but settling it down is Merchant, who brings it up the floor. Merchant all the way. Step inside the three-point arc before working the ball to Starrett, who misses the three. Rebound to Kirshner. That's rebound 134 this season, if you were wondering. Stop and pop in the lane, pure for Spadafora. Chargers are on the board.
There we go. Got to get out in transition, but we got to have better transition defense, too. We got to close out the shooters. Right now, we're trying to deny Spratt the basketball, but they got to know where everybody else is.
Merchant fouled. And Bryson Kirshner is going to pick it up, it seems, Al.
Yeah, I think so. First foul of the game goes to Bryson Kirshner.
Kirshner looks to Rodriguez for confirmation it wasn't a foul, and Rod goes, it was a foul. That's when you know it was a foul, guys, when Coach Rod said so.
It was most definitely a foul, and Kirshner has to stay out of foul trouble because that will change this game and the dynamics of this game in a fast way.
Sikorsky drives
and travel.
Yep, couple extra bunny hops in there.
Yeah, you got to come down and land on 2 feet.
We were watching guys in the JV game. That was the same call they made a couple times in the JV game. That jump stop off the dribble. Can't do that.
Can't play hopscotch.
Nope.
Spadafora to his left and Vaughn. Tried to feed it inside and it got taken away. Merchant was there, laid it ahead to Starrett. Lays it up and in for two.
And the Chargers trying to run an Iverson cut in a ball screen, and it was there, but just not a good enough pass to get it to Kirshner, and then leads to a run out.
Spadafora pulls up for a triple, doesn't fall. Rebound taken away by Tate. Nice job there on the offensive glass. Fed inside to Greer. That's well off the mark, and the rebound goes to March. Up ahead to Spratt. Connor Spratt with it on the near side wing. Three on the way for Spratt. It's no good. Rebound ripped away by the Rebels. March came away with it. Hands it off to Merchant. Up top, Starrett. Back outside Merchant. Back to Starrett. Sikorsky. Pure inside for two more.
Right now, Seton LaSalle is moving the basketball very well, and they're finding open shots. The Chargers got to do a better job communicating on defense.
Spadafora on the right hand, just crossed the timeline, bounces to his far side. And this one is in trouble right now. Kirshner settled it down, goes for the reverse. It rims out, no good. Rebound comes to the Rebels again. Spratt up the floor, bouncing near side corner. Handed it off to Merchant, three in the air. That's off the inside of the rim and poked away out of bounds off the Chargers' Greer. And Seton LaSalle will still have it just halfway through our first quarter.
Yeah, and talked about it, the six-man. Rocco Coladonado checks in for B.J. Vaughn for your Chargers.
And right now, OLSH staff is trying to figure out who can be aggressive and finish around the rim. They're getting opportunities, just not falling.
Yeah, right.
Three on the way for Spratt that pops out. Another rebound for the Rebels, but they lost it. Kirshner settles it down, pushes it up the floor on the right hand, through the lane, dishes it off to Tate, who lays it in for two.
I don't know if you know how tough of a play that is. For a big man to make a Euro step and pass, no-look pass like that, that's terrific.
Must be those purple shoes, Christian.
However it works, they're special shoes.
Three on the way, Merchant in the air and good. Hayden Merchant, the junior, drains a triple.
His second.
Chargers trail by 6.
Well, we know Merchant can shoot, so they have to make sure they dial in and figure out where he's at. Right now, they're all cornered in on one guy.
Backing down, Kirshner. Ball got tipped into the air and cleared away by Merchant. And he threw it out of bounds, but went off a Charger. Rebels will keep it.
Just can't fall asleep on the defensive end, just worrying about where Spratt is and denying him the basketball. Got to know where everybody is. The Chargers got to do a better job of communicating and challenging shooters out here. Make them put it on the deck and take a tough one.
Malovic checks in for Seton LaSalle. Merchant Around the horn. Starrett with the basketball. Chargers showing there. Here's another three on the way. Merchant, no. Off a few hands. And Seton LaSalle gets another opportunity. Spratt can't get it to go, and a rebound there with Colinado. Let it ahead to Spatafor to Tate. Back to Bryson. Lay it up and score.
That was a great ball ahead. Great job by Kirshner running the lanes. And it started with Colinado's tough rebound.
Spratt through the lane and fouled. Greer initially got ball and then got part of Connor Spratt's wrist.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of body contact, too, that caused that foul. But, you know, the Chargers are doing a good job on Spratt right now and making it tough on him to score the basketball. But they can't lose these other guys, and the Rebels are doing a great job of moving the ball in the perimeter. He's drawing two defenders right now.
Would you think 2:36 to go in the first, and Spratt hasn't scored yet?
Right, because they're doing a terrific job at denying him the basketball and also making it tough. All 3 threes that he's had so far have been contested. But you can't give up an offensive rebound, you can't give second chances, and you can't let Merchant and those other guys shoot the basketball wide open.
Well, Spratt trying to get on the score sheet, and he does from the line. First points of the day for number 1.
And you don't want him to give him easy ones here. He sees the ball go through. Changes the game a little bit. Best offense so far for the Chargers, pushing the basketball, though.
Oh, no doubt.
And the man with 191,000 TikTok followers has 2 points on the night. To the rack on the right hand, no good for Spatafor. Rebound, Kirshner on the putback, no. Rebound for Colinado, fading away, yes! Rocco Colinado, first points of the night.
And that's why he's in there, relentless on the glass, gets second chances, and then nice putback. What a turnaround fade, good touch.
Inside and then back out for Seton LaSalle. It's Spratt at the top of the key. Far side to Merchant, another triple attempted, and another one no good, and another board by Colinado. Great job there of being physical underneath, and outside an open look for Tate, no good. Rebound for Kirshner, power dribble up strong, no. Rebound tipped away, out of bounds, off of the Rebels. Chargers will have it with 1:43 to go here in the first.
There's so many things I want to say about both of those plays. Colinado with great rebound again. He's just so strong and physical, and he can jump too. And then down the other end, I love that Tate takes the three because you got to keep him honest, and then Kirshner, big-time rebound.
Ian Marsh has a seat as Masua comes in for the Rebels.
Tate struggled from 3 this year, 1 of 11 on the season. Spatafor, good, deep 2 for Rocco.
If Tate knocks one down, though, it's going to be a different game plan because then he's going to get in some rhythm and feel some confidence.
2-point game and an errant pass thrown into the stands. That will give the Chargers the ball back. B.J. Vaughn back into the Charger lineup.
And when the Chargers can get in that pressure, it gives the Rebels a ton of trouble. They funnel it the right way. They can trap it. They're slowing them down, and they're taking away the sidelines. And right now the Rebels, 2 turnovers off of it.
Well, for everything that has gone through, the Chargers have an opportunity to tie here. And that errant pass goes and giveth and taketh away between 2 Catholic institutions.
It's the spacing there, the spacing. He has to stay cornered. That's a bullet pass that he can't catch. They're playing in a phone booth there.
Well, back come the Rebels on the right-handed dribble, pushing up the floor, Starrett. Bounced into the corner, Spratt out of bounds off of the Chargers. Vaughn, I think, got a hand on that one.
And the one thing I want to know, too, with the Chargers defense here is they can play out in shadow shooters because they have guys like Kirshner and Rocco Colinado and also Greer that can rim protect.
Rebels thought about the 3 as Weldon almost pulled up from three-point land. Here's Spratt on the other side. Connor hands it off. Masua back outside. Walton back inside, and a travel on Milovic.
Yep, he dreaded get your feet where you want them, but you got to be moving the ball at the same time.
Yeah, and the one thing about that, the Chargers got to stay straight up because that would have been a foul if he doesn't travel.
Been right.
Coming down on his back. They just got to wall up, straight up, verticality.
Kirshner outside with it. Up top to Darion Greer, then outside. 3 on the way for Coladinado. Off the rim, no good. Rebound ripped away by the Rebels. Loden brings it up the floor to the far side, and Spratt penetrates and pulls it back out. 13 seconds to play here in the first.
Chargers wanted one shot there too.
Spratt's going to take this.
3 seconds, he throws it away, and he gives it away to Weldon. Weldon falling away at the buzzer, and it's no good. And that's the way the first quarter comes to a close, with Seton LaSalle leading your Chargers by 2. You're watching live coverage of Charger basketball here tonight from Seton LaSalle. Rebels lead the Chargers. We'll take a break and come back with quarter number 2 right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Welcome you back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Charger basketball with Christian Harbaugh, LaSalle, Matt Fargo with you tonight. Hey, you can show your Charger pride and help us continue to provide these athletic broadcasts with a business or individual sponsorship on the OLSH Sports Network. Be our game or halftime sponsor and support the Chargers. You can visit olshathletics.org for more information. And as the playoffs draw near, more eyes will draw to our broadcast. So a perfect time to sign up and get your message heard, whether it be your business or you just want to support the team.
Plus you got to remember the playoffs, it costs money to do the games, so that you're going to help support and get us on the air. And
we'll remind you that the 33rd Annual Love Walk for the Poor, sponsored by OLSH Campus Ministry, take place this Sunday, February 12th. Visit OLSH's Facebook page for more information. Second quarter underway from Seton. Happy to bring this one to you on a Tuesday night on OSN. And an errant pass there. The Rebels have got caught in the turnover bug as of late.
Yeah, they're turning the basketball over right now with OLSH's pressure and not being able to get the ball really in Spratt's hands to kind of get something going here. The Rebels been turning it over and giving the Chargers opportunities. Now they just got to capitalize.
Far side Greer. Greer penetrates on 3 dribbles, puts it up and in. Darion Greer ties this thing at 12.
And that's a soft touch there. He can do that. Him and Coladinado are aggressive like that and can finish around the rim.
Starrett brings it up the floor for the Rebels. Near side wing, controlled Weldon, runs the baseline against 3 Chargers, misses. Rebound, though, pulled down. Milovic resets the offense. Masua on the left hand, rims out off a few hands. Vaughn tipped it back, but kind of cherry picking back there at half court was Starrett. Another opportunity for the Rebels offensively.
They got to work on Masua down here too, because he can finish around the rim. They got to make it tough on him.
Spratt falling away for a 3, and this one's out of bounds. Oof, off the Chargers according to the official.
Staying off of B.J. Vaughn.
The Chargers need to get on the glass, though. Everybody has to gain rebound there. They can't give the Rebels second and third opportunities here to score the basketball.
Yeah, this is a third try on this possession.
Yeah, now you can't fall asleep on number 1 either, because these are the times that he's going to come alive.
And Merchant and March both check in. Straight to the rack there goes Milovic. He misses, but another offensive rebound.
And right now, that's unacceptable with the guys that Chargers have on the floor right now. They got a rebound.
But poor shot selection by Seton LaSalle as Spratt tries a 3. He misses. Back come the Chargers in transition. Kirshner to Coladinado and book 2.
That's 2 times tonight with Kirshner. A beautiful pass in transition. My man can't handle the ball. He's 6'5".
It's second time to Coladinado, too. What a connection there.
2-point game in favor of the Chargers, and tipping that one away was Vaughn as Merchant went up for the shot. The Chargers come away with it. And here comes Kirshner one more time, handing it off to Rocco, Coladonado, and now to Vaughn. BJ thought about that three, but help arrived, and he thought otherwise as now he lost control, resettles, goes up to the rack, no good, off a few hands. Coladonado's there, and he's headed to the line after Seton LaSalle at the 5:44 mark of the second gets their first foul charged to them.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about the fouls so far. They're letting them play. It's very physical on both ends, and I love that, and that plays into the Chargers' favor too. And then also, I love the patience and the poise by B.J. Vaughn there. Wanted the three, good three-point shooter, knew it wasn't in rhythm, kept a handle on it, got downhill, missed the shot, but Coladonado again with an offensive rebound and gets a trip to the line, earns a trip.
63% free throw shooter is Coladonado, 7 of 11 coming into tonight. Made his first and will miss his second.
I was just about to say, the ball looks like it's coming out of his hand a little better too. His follow through looks there. He looks like he's bending his legs, he's got some energy.
Bryson gets his hand caught in a cookie jar trying to push off there, and it's already his second now.
Yep, that's his second.
It's not a good one. You got to be careful now.
Yep. Yeah, because I was going to say, guys, this has kind of been officiated similarly to the South Park game, which is great in the first half, but you set a precedent that you can't go back on in the second half, being it so physical. Turnover, B.J. Vaughn. Vaughn throws one off the backboard. Put back doesn't go. Coladonado third. Chance no. Gets another rebound. Back up. Coladonado, the recycling man, gets the two to go finally.
My man is the difference maker in this first half so far. Just controlling the glass and being, playing hard and having a great energy.
He's got 6 rebounds so far.
Stop and pop pure for Ian March, the junior. Ends the drought there for the Rebels that they had been on for a moment. 17-14 Charger advantage to the right side and B.J. Vaughn. Vaughn bounces it over to Coladonado at the top of the key, and then left side to Greer before handing it off to Kirshner. Kirshner stands at the elbow, moves it outside to Greer and now to Vaughn. Vaughn, couple of dribbles, moves it to his left hand. 4:30 to play here in the second. BJ, the crossover move. Drives inside, left side of the lane. High arcing shot doesn't fall. Another board, foul for Coladonado, and he's headed to the line.
20 is so good right now. He is so good. He's so much fun to watch. I mean, he is just crashing the glass every single time. B.J. Vaughn's getting the opportunities. He's creating some penetration, taking a couple tough ones that haven't fallen, but Coladonado working hard on the glass and earning opportunities at the line.
Misses his first, however.
Foul was on Sikorsky.
Tate in, Kirshner out. 4:23 to go into second.
Masua in and Sikorsky out for the Rebels.
And I think the way that Coladonado is playing on the glass right now, it's okay to sit Kirshner for a few minutes here.
Yep. 1 of 2 at the line again for Rocco. So 50% for the night, and a timeout has been taken as the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage. A timeout by Seton LaSalle, their first of the ball game. 4:22 to play in our first half. And the Chargers, we talked about it pregame, about the 4th leading scorer of this team is Rocco Coladonado, who's been coming off the bench and contributing in every way, doing it on the glass tonight, Al.
Yeah, and he's got 8 points off the bench, he's leading all scorers in this game right now.
Yeah, right now he's looking to go for a double-double, and that's terrific. And you can get that from your 6th man.
And he's leading all players in rebounds. So that's what we talked about, the star coming off the bench.
And that's all because he's just working hard right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not having the skill right now, but right now he's just outworking everybody on the court, and he's just saying, I'm getting that basketball, and I'm giving ourselves an opportunity to keep scoring and keep this lead.
Well, he's got such good basketball knowledge. He gets himself in position, and he's able to box out for those rebounds. I mean, he's fun to watch.
He's playing angles right now. Right. He's playing, he's playing around the ball, and just it's working out for him.
Out of the timeout, we'll see what Mark Walsh dialed up. Shot that's off the mark there. No good by Sterrett. Rebound Chargers. Here they come back up the floor. Vaughn with that right-handed pass to Spadafora, who splashes in a triple. Rocco Spadafora's 48th three-pointer of the season.
And that's what they got to do. They got to find him in transition because he hasn't had too many touches on the offensive end in a half-court setting.
Driving Merchant on the right hand, doesn't fall. Tipped away Masua. Tried to go up and he's fouled. Christian's going to go fetch the ball for us. Great job, Christian.
What a great basketball move there.
See the patience there?
Yeah. Didn't rush
Find
anything.
the official.
Didn't rush anything. Yeah.
Yep. Find the open man. Wait till he knows it's coming.
That's right. There was a lot of chaos. The cheerleaders got up in front of us. There's players moving around. Refs are moving around.
See who got
you guys are sitting here. I don't want to knock the monitor over.
See who got this foul. They haven't put it up on the board yet.
I think because
Vaughn, I think
there was a mistake that they wanted to clear up. Jamie Usual's over there on the book tonight. Larry Usual on the IR, I guess. Might have a freshman game. I'm not 100% sure. Masua, second on the way and good. Luke Masua, 6'4" senior, converts at the line, 21-16.
He's one of their better players coming off the bench.
Crossover move, Spadafora hands it off to Greer, the near side wing. Darion splits two defenders. Now he goes in with the right hand. Just not enough on that. Masua gets the rebound, leads it ahead to Sterrett. Sterrett brings it up on the right hand. He goes all the way, and that goes off and out of bounds off the Rebels. Charger basketball.
Yeah, Hayden Merchant couldn't handle that pass. Well, we've seen that a couple times on the Charger side. It's nice to see that somebody else does the same thing with that quick, hard pass.
Yeah, right now the Rebels are having some trouble in transition. They've got opportunities. They just turn the basketball over.
Tate trying to find Spadafora, who had two guys in his face. He does get it. Double team, got it away to Greer. Greer on the near side wing, hands it off. Tate on the far side. Someone didn't execute properly because Rodriguez is beside himself. Meanwhile, Rocco Caladonato gets it back outside to Tate, who drives through two guys, tries to go up and under, put back no good, and a rebound march taken away by Spadafora, and then popped back outside, chased down by Caladonato, and he stepped on the line. It's back to the Rebels.
You see how much this game means to the Chargers right now? The hustle, the 50-50 basketballs, they're getting to all of them. They're getting on the offensive glass. Rocco Spadafora, they're fighting for everything to try to get the basketball with a steal just to get touches here because they're doing a great job on him and denying him. And they were trying to get a handoff for him so he can get the ball and then he can run like a ball screen, but they're funneling him with the double team.
21-16 to the up top to Sterrett. Sterrett reverses and hands it off to Connor Spratt, who's been quiet tonight. Spratt trying for a triple. In and out, no good. Hasn't hit one yet tonight.
Wow, well, that was a great look. That was a good screen. He got a great look there.
Caladonato clearing down his 9th rebound already in the first half.
Greer will go to the rack, hands it off. Tate and Masua was there to take it away. Leads it over to Connor Spratt. Spratt over to the far side, wing and March. March crossover, stop and pop for two.
And the Chargers are doing the right thing on offense. They keep trying to penetrate the lane. Greer, Tate, and Caladonato here, and then they're looking for the dump off. They just haven't been successful with it.
Triple by Spadafora, no good. Rebound goes to Spratt and the Rebels, and he goes all the way through. Bucket and the foul for Connor Spratt. I believe that's his first field goal of the night.
That is correct. He's 4th point, his first field goal.
You don't want to see him get going if you're a Charger fan, though. Great take and finish by him.
Garrett Zug enters the ball game as Greer has a seat, and I think he might have a bloody nose right now, as Spratt converts the three-point play.
And Coach Rodriguez again trying to find somebody who can finish around the rim right now because they're getting opportunities, just missing.
Tied at 21. Minute 30 to play in the first half. Spatafora. Rocco with it. On the left hand. Gives it away to Tate. Tate stop and pop. Throws it up. No good. Rebound Masua. Here come the Rebels.
Tate's working so hard. He's getting so many opportunities. Just got to find one.
Spratt. Cold still from three-point land, and it is a foul on the Rebels. Off that rebound is Coladinano. It's clearing away number 10 now.
Yeah, that was number 10.
And Austin Hanson enters the ball game for the Chargers.
Ian March picks up his first for the Rebels.
Hanson up the floor. Conducting traffic and now giving it away to Spatafore. Spinning through the lane on the right hand, Rocco.
What a great play there. They just screened away for Rocco to free him up there, and great spin move and finesse and finish at the rim by Rocco.
50 seconds to play in the first half. March with it. Spratt on the near side wing. Penetrates, kicks it out, back to March. 3 on the way. Good. Drains a triple, and Seton has their first lead in a while. A 1-point advantage.
March and Merchant now. Two guys that are keeping these guys in the game, and Masua.
Out of bounds off of Hanson. That was Spratt forcing that turnover off of the knee of Hanson.
This is a big defensive possession here. You don't want to give up another one. You got to make sure you try to challenge here, rebound the basketball, and if you got any more time on the clock, try to push the ball.
Stare it up the floor. Hands it off to Spratt. Over here to Weldon. Ball tipped away into the backcourt, over and back, and Hanson forces a turnover after causing one.
And that's what you needed right there. Great defense by Hanson. Good job to force the turnover. And now you got 13 seconds to take a good one.
Right.
Looks like Luka Grashafi just took off his warm-up and is standing at the table to check in, and he will now.
I wouldn't even mind a timeout by Coach Rodriguez here to try to dial something up. This is a big possession right here. It's a big shot going into halftime.
Hanson comes out for Grashafi. Inbound goes to Spatafora. Here's Grashafi. Had a big JV game, did Luka. Spatafora with 3. Bouncing, Coladinano, no! And it's too late for a rebound. And the first half will come up with the Chargers one short of the Rebels, 24-23. Not what the first game that these two teams played, when the Chargers already had this one well in their hands the last time these two teams met. But 24-23 the score here at Seton tonight. When we come back, it's the almost famous All Sports Network halftime show as LaSalle will get you caught up with the numbers. Christian breaks down the first half, and we give you some first half highlights. It's all to come and more on the halftime show. Don't go anywhere. More coverage right here on the All Sports Network. welcome you back here to Seton LaSalle. Halftime on the O Sports Network. 24-23, the Chargers trail the Rebels. Back with Christian Harbaugh and OLSH, Matt Fargo with you. And, gentlemen, I mean, a very interesting first half to say the least. As expected, this game did not play out the way the first time these two teams met. But I think maybe not expected is that Spratt, I think, kind of fresh off that injury, didn't play his best in that game at OLSH, and really hasn't been a factor in tonight's game. A guy who's averaging 30 points per game and shooting 53% from three, 66% from the field, not doing that right now. And if you're the Rebels, yeah, that's a great thing if you're a Charger fan right now. But if you're the Rebels saying, hey, we have the lead, and Connor Spratt really hasn't been a part of the offense, really.
Yeah, if the Rebels in the locker room right now are like, hey, our game plan's working, the preparation that we had leading up to this game is working right now, and our best scorer hasn't really scored much, and he's going to get going because you can't keep him down all game. And then if you're on the Chargers side, you say, hey, we did a terrific job on Spratt, but we got to keep making it tough on him tonight in the second half and contesting him. And you got to know that he's going to score a little bit, but we have to do a better job on the offensive end to be able to capitalize, especially with all the offensive rebounds and the way the Chargers are controlling the glass in the first half.
Yeah, the first game they met, continuing on with Connor Spratt, he scored 16 against the Chargers. He had 10 at halftime. He's got 5 at halftime in this game.
Yeah.
So the Chargers doing a good job on him. So we got to watch out for Masua. Masua had 10 points against the Chargers. He was the second leading scorer the last time. So far, the game plan is working for the Chargers. They just got to make buckets that they're not getting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the other side of this is we've been talking about how well the Chargers have been rebounding, but they haven't really necessarily turned all those rebounds into points.
Right. No, they're doing the right thing right now. With B.J. Vaughn getting face guarded and same with Rocco Spatafora, it's hard to get them into some actions. They did a good job that last time where Rocco scored off the pretty spin move and they screened away for him, but they're trying to hand the ball off to those guys, but then they're doubling it right away. So what it means is the other Chargers, and they need Kirshner on the floor for one. He's in foul trouble because he's a big help down there on offense. But those three other guys that are on the court, they have to attack that triangle, and if nobody picks you up, you score at the rim. If they do pick you up, you dump it off, and it's a layup, right? It's simple basketball. Now it's just about finishing around the rim, and Tate's got some looks tonight, and so has Rocco Coladinato, and now it's just about finishing.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers of the first half. OLSH, and we'll take a look at some highlights from the first half as Al breaks the numbers down.
Well, the Chargers are the visiting team. We'll go over the Chargers first. Leading all scorers, Rocco Spatafora with 9. He's got 1 from beyond the arc. Right behind him is coming off the bench. Rocco Coladinato has 8 for the Chargers. 2 points each for Tate, Greer, and Kirshner. The one note, Kirshner has 2 fouls. He's the only person in the game that has 2 fouls. And Rocco Coladinato has 10 rebounds and 8 points, so he's 2 points away from the double-double at halftime. So that's great news for Coladinato. For the Rebels of Seton LaSalle, their leading scorer is Ian March with 7. He's got 1 from beyond the arc. Hayden Merchant has 6. All his points from beyond the arc in the first quarter. He's been quiet since the first quarter. 5 points for Connor Spratt, and 2 points each for Cole Sterrett, Nick Sikorsky, and Luke Masua. So, and like I said, nobody on their team has 2 fouls. They only had 3 in the entire first half. So.
Yeah, they're letting them play. It's physical. Look for the refs to be a little tighter in this half too and call a couple, but you know, you gotta keep playing and keep grinding it out. We knew this was gonna be a tough one coming in here, and the Chargers knew that, and they knew it was gonna be a grinded out game, a little bit of a different tempo of a game, and it has. I mean, the Chargers have got out and ran, but for the most part, the Rebels have contained that, and they've also made shots that forced the Chargers to walk the ball up the floor.
Thank you both for the analysis. Hey, I want to remind you that you can get your Charger essentials at OShgear.com. Anything from sweatshirts to pajama pants to hats, we've got you covered. Gear up with the latest Charger Fashion to support your favorite teams during the winter and soon-to-be spring seasons. OLSHgear.com, the place to go to get all your Charger Fashion. I
like that.
I like Charger Fashion.
Chapeaus and
Charger swags.
Hey, save the date for OLSH Spring Open House, Thursday, March 23rd from 5 p.m. to 7. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. OLSH.org for more information. Chargers came into tonight ranked third in the class behind Mohawk at 17-1 and Steel Valley, which is ranked number 2. 10-9 overall are the Ironmen, but of course the Chargers have split the season series and hope to add another number to that section banner. And if they finish tonight, if they were to win tonight, and they need to win Friday in order to do that, but will not finish any lower than second, with both Keystone Oaks and Seton LaSalle already having 4 losses.
Right. So, I mean, all this is right now for the Chargers. I mean, yeah, you want that section championship. You want that banner hanging in your gym. But this is for seeding for the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question how important that is.
No, this is super important right here, right? So you want to keep the streak going with the section championship, but you also know this is a big game on the road, big test. You got to finish this one out in the second half and get a W here. Then you got to take care of business at home on Friday, and then that should set you up and set, again, don't want to be on the committee for this one, but that should set you up where they should get the 2 or 3 seed. I mean, really, the way it's sitting right now, I know Deer Lakes has beat them, but they have a lot of non-conference losses, and OLSH, has some good wins in their out of this section play here. So, it's going to come down to that. And then also Steel Valley, their records are quite different from OLSH as well. So, I mean, and they split. It's not like they lost twice to them.
Right.
So it'll be definitely a tough
it'll be
decision,
next
I'm
week
sure,
when
to see where you're at.
Wherever they be, we will be. Chargers get the basketball to start the third. They'll be coming towards us in our corner cam tonight. Kirshner. Bryson works it to Tate. Tate bouncing it over to Bryson one more time. Inside Greer. Nice duck move, and he was able to duck out of danger only a moment, go up for the shot, and then get fouled. So Darion Greer to the charity stripe to begin things here in the third.
That was a great move to get away from those 2 players just to try to get the shot off, right?
Yeah, Greer was working hard down there and trying to get great positioning, and then he ended up getting that position and had the player on his back, and great pass through the double team by Kirshner and earned a trip to the line.
He's a 75% free throw shooter coming into tonight, and what goes 1 of 2 there. He is now 7 of 10 for the season.
And Greer bulking up since grade school days. He was a guard back in the day there, so now he's playing the big.
Tied at 24 inside, and missing a Sterrett. Rebound ripped away by the Rebels, then lost and saved only momentarily as Merchant steps on the line and turns the ball back over to the Chargers.
And that was great active defense on that time. Everybody was active. The energy was up. The communication was there for the Chargers, and they earned a turnover there to get the ball back.
Spadafora brings it up on the right hand. Rocco. Far side, Tate. Tate hands it off back to Spadafora. Spadafora inside to Greer. One dribble and hands it off. Kirshner thought about the shot. Moved it outside to Tate. Now back to Rocco. Spadafora drives, kicks, hands it off. Tate bouncing inside. No look pass to get it over to Greer. Greer misses the shot, and the rebound goes to the Rebels. Spratt in transition, goes all the way, misses the layup. Rebound to Greer, outlet to Rocco. Spadafora, the behind the back dribble and a crossover spin in the lane, throws it up and rims out. Rebound to Merchant, and back up the floor come the Rebels. Let's see if they try to settle it down. No, they'll keep it going. Sterrett, and then finally settling it down to Connor Spratt. Spratt to the rack on the right hand, rims out, popped out of bounds. No, it's saved by Spadafora, chased it down, and Rocco gives it off to Tate, off the window, rims out. Tip in by Kirshner, no. Rebound to the Rebels. Neither team able to find anything going on here in terms of a field goal.
Wow, the pace has picked up here.
And there's Connor Spratt finding it, ending the drought as he pulls up and drains a two that goes 26-24.
A lot of back and forth here, and the Chargers keep getting great looks. The spacing's there, the passing's there now. It's just about, again, finishing around the rim.
BJ threw everybody in, good for two.
His first points of the game ties it up.
Yeah, and if he can get going, that's a good thing for the Chargers and a good sign on the offensive end.
Vaughn, 244 points on the season. Ties things at 26.
But again, they're denying him. They're denying Rocco. And, you know, good execution to get Rocco a couple looks, and he got a couple in transition, but didn't finish.
Spratt loses this out of bounds off of the Chargers, so remains Seton basketball, and here comes Rocco Coladinato back into the lineup for Dorian Tate.
And this is a great call right here to bring Coladinato back. He's been having a terrific first half. So
you got to love the energy he brings to the floor. You really do.
You got to have the same second half now.
Right.
Masua up top and around the horn to Spratt on the far side wing. Spratt hands it off to March and back to Sterrett. Senior guarded by Spadafora. Hands it off to Merchant, and now again to March. Spratt with the basketball now. Spratt at the top of the key, backs it back out towards center court, where Masua catches. And now back over to Merchant. Three on the way from March, and it's good. Ian March hits another tray.
He's got 10 points, 2 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Marcher and Merchant right now are the two guys that have been shooting it well from the perimeter.
Kirshner feeds to Coladinato, and Coladinato finishes pretty on the right hand.
And with 4.5 left in the third quarter, Coladinato has a double-double.
And there's your connection, too. Again, Kirshner to Coladinato. They've been playing well together tonight, but Kirshner needs to stay out of foul trouble.
Right. Call him Calvin Klein, CK.
Like that.
Or Cheryl Carson, if you're wanting an OLSH relation there. Spratt hits a triple, and he finally sees a breath of fresh air as he hits his first triple of the ball game.
And he's doubled up his score just 5 minutes into this third quarter.
Three on the way, Spadafora! Ones respond. Rocco Spadafora drains his second tray of the night.
And he's in double figures with 12.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yep.
This is going to be a fun second half. Buckle up here.
Yeah, right. Doesn't it have that feeling? Three on the way that rims out. No good for Sterrett. Rebound, jump ball. And the arrow favoring Seton with 3:22 to go in the third.
It's going to really come down to who gets more stops and who executes better on the offensive end. And, you know, who controls the glass here. And so far, the Chargers are still doing the same thing. They're controlling the glass.
March inside, moves it back out, take it away, Coladinato. Rocco Coladinato, steal and score.
The X factor right now, number 20, having himself a night.
Having himself a night. Chargers back in front by one.
The way his energy is on defense and just how active he is, and it's leading to offensive buckets.
Fifth lead change of the night, by the way, as to the rack goes March, laying it in, and that's the sixth lead change of the night.
Yeah, nobody can really go on a little bit of a run here, almost like they're trading baskets or both not making baskets.
Kirshner, Bryson hands it off to Rocco. Spadafora.
The first one that goes on a run here is going to change this game here. The momentum's going to shift.
Hayden Merchant, well, it's all over Bryson Kirshner right in front of us here.
Yeah.
You can see us kind of in the corner here.
Rocco doing a great job at settling the offense down here and trying to execute. Because, again, the Chargers get what they want. They can move the basketball. They've been great tonight with that. It's just about finishing.
Coladinato will inbound. Chargers trail by one. Kirshner to BJ. Far side, Spatafora, I beg your pardon.
It's a Rocco.
There's Cullen.
There he is.
Just a foreshadow.
Tic-tac-toe. What a play. Great back screen.
14 for Coladinato.
Wow, what a back screen to get Kirshner open, and then Rocco just penetrate the gap, find Kirshner, find Rocco on the back door, and Coladinato scores at the rim.
2 minutes to go here in the third. The 7th lead change, and the Chargers back in front. March bouncing over to Merchant. Merchant pulling up in the lane. Good.
Those are the two guys right now, March and Merchant. Got to find where those guys are.
Oh, my goodness. Runaway truck.
Milovic.
Great job by B.J. Vaughn to be aware that he was coming behind him, and he slowed down a little bit and draws the foul. B.J. Vaughn, a very high IQ player.
Yeah. Chargers have a few of those.
Yeah, they really do, and right now it's clicking. Now it's just about...
Not a good one there as March gets the steal, and now Spratt a triple. Second one of the night and of the third.
Yeah, the transition is what's going to be the difference in this game. You can't let Spratt get out in transition and not know where he is.
Oh, that one. Coladinato cuts towards the basket. Kirshner trying to pass on the near side, and it goes out of bounds.
And they've been
Chargers turn
so
it over.
good all night with the connection, and they're just there. Little miscommunication.
Spratt, who's starting to find his touch here in the third. Merchant inside Masua. Waited, rimmed out, put back over the backboard there from Hayden Merchant. Charger basketball.
But again, when the Chargers can set up in that half-court defense, they make it tough on Spratt to get the basketball and make a shot. Now it's just about not giving out runouts. You can't have turnovers. You can't have long rebounds on missed three-pointers.
Coladinato has the basketball on the left hand. Back to BJ. Vaughn into the corner. Spatafora, now Kirshner. Kirshner hands it off. Coladinato pulls up in the lane. Okay, have a day.
Why not? Why not?
Great patience.
Everything's falling for him tonight.
It really is. It found him again in the soft spot of that little triangle and two action. He pump fakes because it wasn't there to drop off, and then he just soft touch for the finish.
39-37, Chargers trail. 15 seconds to go in the third. Spratt and Spatafora. Now they give it off to March. March gives it away to Merchant. 8 seconds. Merchant drives, pulls up at the elbow. No. Rebound to Greer. 2 seconds. Hands it off to Kirshner, who lobs it the length of the floor, and the buzzer sounds, and we've played 3, and not much has been decided. A 39-37 ball game after 3 here from Seton LaSalle. The Rebels lead the Chargers, but the quarter that matters is coming up. The fourth quarter when we come back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Stick around. Rebels and Chargers, chapter number 4 on the back half of this break. Let's play a fourth. Welcome back here on the OLSH Sports Network with Christian Harbaugh and LaSalle. Matt Fargo with you tonight from Seton LaSalle. 39-37 after 3. And here we go to the fourth quarter. Al, anything stand out? Who won that third quarter as Spratt kind of found his pace?
You know, each one of these quarters, as the score indicates, have been close. The Chargers trailed, and after one by 2 is 12-10 Seton LaSalle. The second quarter, the Chargers win 13-12, and this last quarter, Seton LaSalle wins at 15-14. So it's as tight as this. You know, each quarter's been as tight as the score on the scoreboard right now is.
And a game that's had 8 lead changes already, Christian.
Yeah, they're just jockeying for position right now, and nobody can really, again, make a run and go on a run here. And the game of basketball is all about runs, but they're just trading baskets right now. Both teams are playing great, and we'll see. This is where legends are made, right?
You talked about the thing that stood out. Colin Donato with 8 points, Spratt with 8 points. So Colin Donato keeping pace with Connor Spratt right now.
Kirshner, step inside the three-point arc, worked it back outside to Spadafora. Dante, oh man, old habits die hard. Rocco, that's the first time I did it all year.
I've done it once or twice.
Hands it off. Greer outside. Rocco for a triple. And his 50th triple of the season.
I was just about to say Rocco Spadafora has to come alive in this fourth quarter, I believe, for the Chargers to probably get a W here.
9th lead change of the ball game. 40-39 Chargers. Spratt trying to make it a 10th, and there it is as 2 go in, and Seton retakes the lead by 1.
And why don't we just play one-on-one here? Why not?
Quite literally and figuratively, right?
Spratt with 15. Spadafora with 15.
There it is. Vaughn, Colorado, stop inside the lane short, bounce back out to Spratt. Spratt goes all the way to the rack and lays it in for 2 more.
Now for as good of a night as Donato has had, that's a tough shot for him. He needs to attack the rim.
Vaughn lost control of the basketball. Moved it back outside to Kirshner. Bryson with the basketball, now to BJ. Guarded by Masua. Switched off, and BJ step back, 3 on the way. Pure first one of the day for BJ is a big one and ties this thing at 43.
What a step back Bobby Jack for BJ Vaughn there. That is a big time three-pointer.
22nd three-pointer of the season for BJ Vaughn, ties things at 43. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Spratt launches another one. It is good. And it's a 6-point game, or it's a 3-point game, 46-43.
Wow.
You do know we just lost video, so bear with us. As Spadafora navigates inside, bouncing inside. Colorado off the window for 2 more.
And Rocco's going to draw all that attention there with the penetration, and great find by Donato.
Battery.
Tough
foul
play.
here, yep. Sorry, guys.
Battery issues. That's my fault. I should have thought of that at halftime.
We don't have a camera operator tonight. That's the one that's on its own, so apologize for that, but we should be good to go.
Yep.
As that one was a foul, and Malovic to the line.
Kirshner picked up his 3rd.
Makes his first, does Malovic.
And Kirshner just has to go vertical there. If he jumps vertical, his hands were straight up, but it's too much body contact, and he didn't jump vertical, so the ref's going to call a foul.
Mahalo Malovic converts there at the line, and a part of the All Name team, I'm sure.
Yep.
Vaughn lost control again, regains it, drives to the rack, was fouled, no call. Rebound underneath, and they're going to call a foul on the Chargers.
That'll be on Kirshner. That'll be number 4.
That's a tough call, guys. You see it here. Watch Vaughn just take one to the face. Merchant right into his face there.
And that's one that's just tough. You're on the road here. You're not gonna get all the calls here, and that's a tough one. BJ Vaughn attacking a rim and got hit in the face. They don't call it, and then they call that on Bryson Kirshner. Now that's 4 fouls on him, so he has to be smart here. With 5 minutes left, that's a lot of time in this ball game.
A lot of time in the ball game, and Mike Rodriguez burns his first time out of the ball game, knowing that he might need to use all of them here in the 4th.
Yeah, I might be even tempted to pull Bryson here for a few minutes, put Garrett Zug in.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're going to have to probably pull him off the court for about 2.5, 3
Right,
minutes.
I'm thinking about 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to find somebody who can score around the rim or somebody who's going to make a play. I mean, Tate's probably going to have to come back in the ball game here and just play with these guys with Donato.
I think that's where this game is being lost right now for the Chargers. They're trailing because they haven't been able to finish around the rim as much as Seton LaSalle has. The Rebels have done a really nice job on the glass. We've been talking about what Donato has been doing and things like that, but Seton LaSalle has done a really nice job of second and third and fourth opportunities offensively. That's why they have the lead they do right now.
Yeah, also there's guys are shooting it well from the outside. Marchand and Merchant have got some free looks, and now Connor's gotten going here in the fourth quarter, and you know that was going to happen. And right now it's just about, they're trading baskets. But the one thing I would like to see the Chargers do down here on the offensive end is Seton LaSalle is switching all the ball screens and switching all the actions. All you have to do is cut and slip right to the rim, and that's why Donato is having a terrific night, because he has been cutting to the rim, and they've been finding him.
5:18 to play here in the fourth. Chargers trail at 48-45. In this Section 2 battle.
Yeah, no leave Kirshner in, so.
Bryson playing with 4.
He just has to be smart here. He's got to know where he's at, and these guys got to help him out as well and gain rebound.
Haven't seen Sikorsky after starting the game for Seton LaSalle. He's really hadn't been out there for a while now.
Right.
They find this little niche with this group that they have out here.
With Milovic, yeah.
And they also think Masua is going to be the guy. He's so athletic, and he's, feisty on the glass.
Milovic and Masua did not start, but have been out there most of this ball game, and they both touch the basketball. Masua dribbles and is fouled.
And that's a tough one there, too, because the Chargers are playing terrific defense for about a minute and a half there, and then just pick up the foul, and that's crucial.
Yeah, Spatafora got that one because I was concerned because Kirshner was in there.
Yeah, and he's trying to reach in. He's trying to get a quick one so he can get a run out.
There's Vaughn on a steal. BJ to Donato. Rocco hands it to Rocco. Spatafora brings it up the floor.
And just set a back screen here and just let him operate, get into penetration. He's going to draw defenders, and he's going to find the right person.
Spatafora stops his dribble, hands it off to Vaughn. BJ backs it back out. Ball tipped into the air, and over the back is Milovic, and he's going to get the foul.
That'll be his third.
Now it's going to come down to taking care of the basketball here and executing in the half-court setting for the Chargers. And again, I think if Spatafora gets some penetration, he's going to draw a lot of those defenders and be able to find the open man. And that's when Donato has been playing great all night, cutting to the rim.
Spatafora hands it off to Kirshner. Bryson, top of the key to Spatafora. Spinning in the lane, kicks it back outside to Bryson. Bryson penetrates. Nothing there. Donato is, no, a travel is called.
Wow.
He's draped all over him. That's a tough call again, but you're on the road,
right.
So he did move his feet, but I thought the contact was before he moved his feet, and that's a foul.
Big offensive series here for the Rebels. Milovic, he traveled. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just got the ball caught on his hip there.
Yep.
I didn't plan on doing that, but
you wouldn't think.
No, he definitely didn't. It wasn't like he was trying to make a hesitation dribble or in and out.
So an unplanned travel.
Yeah,
then?
definitely.
I don't know how many people plan to travel. Yeah, right. 3:35. Yeah, Vaughn on the far side. BJ bouncing over to Donato and down to Rocco Spatafora. Spatafora penetrates through the lane. Floater fouled. 2 coming at the line. There's Spatafora to try to trim the deficit here.
And that's the other thing I like right now, too, for the Chargers. I like Rocco Spatafora with the ball in his hands. The play is spaced out, and just let him attack downhill right now. Ian March is guarding him, and I believe I like that matchup with him ripping and going all day. And then if guys collapse and they help out in the paint, and he's going to kick it out, and he's going to find somebody. Somebody's got to be ready to make a shot or make a play.
Spatafora makes his first. Stare it back on the floor for the Rebels.
That foul, by the way, was on Connor Spratt. That's just his first. Team's 5th, though.
2 for 2 at the line on that trip. 1-point ball game.
Those are big free throws here. Now you got to get a stop. You got to communicate here. Funnel Spratt and make somebody else make a play. But you got to close out on Marchant and March.
Spratt worked it into the corner, thought that Sterrett was going to pull up, but he decided otherwise. Almost got the ball picked away. Masua worked it into the corner to Spratt, who runs the baseline, and he is fouled.
That'll be 5 on Kirshner.
Bryson's going to be done.
He's already walking to the bench. He knows. Yep.
Wow, that is such a tough call. Yeah, I mean, he can't leave his feet there. He has to stay solid and stay down, but again, another tough call, and Chargers is just going to have to grind this one out. Caldonado's played a terrific game tonight, and he's helped on the glass. It's going to hurt not having Kirshner's physicality in there and finishing around the rim, but
Kirshner entered today as a timeout is going to be taken. Bryson Kirshner entered tonight's game almost double the rebounds of the next highest rebounder, which is B.J. Vaughn. That goes to show you the contributions beyond what he can do scoring, which he's the second leading scorer on the Chargers team, and he'll be a spectator for the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, and this is a big, crucial 3 minutes here in this fourth quarter, a 1-point game. And I also think that Coach Rodriguez and his staff might have to get out of this defense a little bit and just match up for the last 3 minutes, because you don't want anybody to just throw up the ball or get a free run at the rim and make one.
What a difference just a month makes as we sit here on February 7th, going back to January 13th, the last time these two teams played. The Chargers won 80-52. Neither team going to hit 80 tonight, but
yeah, that game played into the Chargers' favor with the pace. This one's playing a little bit into Seton LaSalle's favor.
There's Caldonato knocking one out of bounds. Going to make the Rebels re-inbound here.
But I think the one thing that makes the Chargers so dangerous is they can play both sides of that. They can play the fast-paced game, but they can also beat you in a half-court grinded-out game, too.
That's very true, very true.
1-point game. What do the Rebels decide to do offensively? Looks like take some time off the clock here as Spratt got his pocket picked out of bounds. Stays with the Rebels. B.J. Vaughn claps in approval.
And this is where B.J. Vaughn comes alive. One defensive stop, my man. You can do it. I mean, he brings the energy on one play.
Garrett Sugg is in the lineup for the Chargers.
Good call, Al.
Almost on the line. Sterrett cornered. Got to get it away. He finally does to Spratt. Spratt moves it to the far side, and Merchant goes down low back to Sterrett, who throws one to the rim. No good. Put back is good for 2 by Ian March.
Somebody has to stay on the floor, stay down. Everybody's jumping, leaving their feet, and that caused the Chargers to be out of position and couldn't get the box out for the defensive rebound.
Vaughn got it away to Spatafor, who spins off his defender and then pulls it back out. Still on the dribble with 2 minutes to go. Had a defender fall down, Spratt in his face, but he still drains the mid-range.
That boy is so tough. That is such a tough move, and just tough mentally to keep playing and keep your dribble alive when a double team is coming.
1-point game. Spratt is fouled by Vaughn.
All right, take a wide angle there, cut off the sideline. Got to beat him to the spot. You got to turn and literally sprint to the spot and beat him to the spot.
Second on Vaughn. Both teams with 5 team fouls.
And I think Mike Rodriguez wants a timeout.
Yeah, you use them now. You ain't taking them with you.
Right. Minute 44 to go in a 1-point ball game, and some of the best defense. And, that signature defense Mike Rodriguez likes to go into in these moments. Maybe we're going to start to see a little bit of it.
Yeah, he went into the trap defense there, a little bit of a 1-2-2 or a 1-3-1 essentially, half-court trap, and he was getting, they got a couple deflections and almost turned the ball over. I thought they were on the sideline down here. He dribbled it out of bounds, but the refs didn't think so there. But you need one stop. It's about getting one stop now and then one good execution on offense, and then at that point, you play it out.
The other thing, Al, that I think is interesting from years past is the Chargers have been in these situations multitude of times this season. I'll take you back to the Montour game, the games at Montour where the Chargers had to fend off a very close game where really it didn't look like they were going to be able to win that game, and they were able to somehow find a way and do so.
Yeah, you got to remember, though, in that game, Kirshner did not foul out.
Yeah.
He was there till the end. So, but, you know, that's what winners do. Champions find ways to win.
Chargers trying to find a way to get a turnover right now. Minute 44 to play in the ball game. 1 point ball game at number one, and number one going at it right now. Bouncing it over to Merchant. Merchant on the right hand, on the far side wing. Masua inside. Masua up, fouled off the front of the rim, but Masua will go to the line for two to try to extend a 1 point advantage.
Vaughn picks up his third.
Man, the Chargers funneled him the right way. They got him trapped in that corner, essentially. Masua moving without the basketball. They find him. B.J. Vaughn just a little late, and then he picks up the foul. But Masua, these are big free throws.
It's the
in
first.
a tough spot here. Now the Chargers need to box out and rebound, and Donato is going to have to come up big with Kirshner on the bench right now.
Yeah, good call.
Makes the second. So a 2 point ball game. Minute 25, clock winds here in the fourth. Spadafora is fouled by Spratt. And that will be the sixth on Seton.
Second on Spratt.
The Chargers are going to have somebody open here because they're not going to let Rocco Spadafora get the ball and try to make a play right now. So they're probably going to double team him if he gets the ball and he starts to penetrate. Somebody has to flash to the ball. Why not number 20? He's had a great game all night. Find yourself one more time around the rim and a finish.
Chargers go into the backcourt. Both teams in the bonus from here on out. Both teams with 6 fouls. Spadafora, double team. Got it away to Tate. Tate to Donato. Bouncing to Greer. Lost control of it. Spratt takes it away. Spratt leads it ahead. Lay it up and in for Ian March. Minute to play.
That was the one thing that you couldn't do.
Tate to Donato. Cross court to Vaughn. Vaughn penetrates. In trouble. And he's fouled. He's going to the line. Vaughn headed to the line with 51 seconds left, and for the Chargers, best case scenario to try to get this back to a one possession game with the clock stopped.
Sterrett picks up his second.
Yeah, now it's about making your free throws and then setting up in your press. Now that was a bad time to turn the ball over and get a run out for the Rebels.
And we've talked about it, and even as much as we talk about it, he still produces. Vaughn, a 52% free throw shooter, but I don't have the stats on clutch moments in a free throw shooter.
Yeah, down the stretch in the fourth quarter, he's pretty much money in the bank.
And here he is, 2 for 2, and just like that, it's a 2 point game again. 40 seconds to play. Spratt bouncing, and he throws it out of bounds, but they say it's off of the Chargers. Oh my goodness, Mark Walsh is beside himself out on the floor yelling at his players because that was dangerously almost a turnover.
Right.
Wow, I didn't think that ball got tipped. I thought he threw it right out of bounds.
Timeout, Mike Rodriguez. Timeout, Chargers with 46 seconds to play. 2 point game, 53-51. And the Chargers trying to find a way here in the fourth in the waning moments.
You got to get a trap here, and you got to take away that next pass, and you got to try to get a steal. If you don't get a steal, you're going to have to extend this game and probably put them at the line. Got a foul, and you got to hope for a miss, a rebound, and then if you can push the ball. But you want to extend this game. It's only one possession right now, but you want to extend this game as much as you can.
And you know, Seton LaSalle, they're going to take the air out of the ball and wait for that perfect backdoor pass or something, you know?
Yeah, but the one thing that I think with them not being aggressive here, you know, the Chargers are, the more that the Rebels try to hold on to the ball and play keep away, the more chances the Chargers got to steal one or anticipate one. This is going to be a big possession here, obviously. The Chargers need to get the ball back, and then I would just go right at, if you get the ball out off a steal, you attack the rim right away. If they make a shot, then now you got to get the ball in as quick as you can and still attack the rim.
This has been a close one throughout. 1-point ball game at halftime, a game that's seen 10 lead changes. Just one possession separates these two teams right now with 46 to go.
Who's going to make the big play here for the Chargers? Who's going to come away with the steal and make the big play?
Inbound coming from Merchant. He gets it into Spratt.
Almost hit the official.
And he got a double here.
Spratt launches it over to Sterrett. Sterrett got his pocket pick, but he able to get it back. He works it back away. Turnover. Colinado to Spatafora to the rack. Lay it up and score. Tie ball game at 53. Huge play there by Colinado and Spatafora. 25 seconds to play. Tied at 53.
What a big time play. Great job. Now you got to find shooters.
Spratt with the basketball. Double team. Timeout is being called for and granted with 14 seconds to play. Timeout Seton LaSalle. And what a ball game we have at Seton LaSalle tonight.
Wow, what a play by the Chargers there. Great job on the defensive end. Great job by Greer and Colinado to funnel that and get that trap, and then to get the steal, and then Rocco Spatafora finishing in traffic. I mean, what a great job by Spratt to get back into the play.
There it is right here.
I mean, this is a tough contested layup at the rim.
Heads up play by Spratt to not go for the not intentionally or unintentionally foul Spatafora to send him to the line there.
I thought he would go for not the intentional foul,
right.
But I thought he would just try to like whack his hand or something to contest that thing.
Yeah. Well, I think he contested it as much as he
could.
could.
Yeah,
I think the one thing too, Al, is if he does foul there, Rocco Spatafora is a tough physical guy. He finished at the rim. Now it's an and one. Now he goes to the line. Now he makes a free throw. Now you're down one.
Right. Yep.
And now you're in trouble. So I think it was as best it contested as it could have been, but what a finish by Rocco. But now it's about one stop. You got to know where Spratt is, but here's the thing. You can't fall asleep on the other guys. Merchant has made shots tonight. March has made shots tonight. Masua has made shots tonight. So you have to do a good job at communicating here. And I know Coach Rodriguez and his staff were talking here. Here's what we're going to do. We're either going to switch the ball screens, or we're going to talk through it, or fight over the top. You got to be on the same page here for one last stop. And then if you get the ball, you just attack the rim.
15 seconds to go.
Here we go. 14.8 officially on the scoreboard. Inbound will be triggered in by the junior Hayden Merchant from the far side corner. Inbound, Merchant looks inside, gives it to Masua, who gives it back to Merchant, who hands it off to Spratt. Spratt, reach in foul, and Spratt's going to the line, 1-1. 9 seconds to play, 9.7 seconds. A little bit too overzealous on the foul. And that's going to send Connor Spratt, one of the most consistent free throw shooters in all the WPIAL, to the line with this game tied.
And that's the one thing you couldn't do. You couldn't foul and put them at the line since they're in the bonus now.
Spratt to give the Rebels back to late, and it rims out. Chargers get the rebound. Here comes Vaughn up the floor. 7 seconds. 6. Vaughn puts the ball in the air with 5 seconds. It's no good. Masua with 3 seconds. And a timeout with 1.4 seconds. Seton will have a shot at it.
Wow.
Timeout Rebels.
Wow.
And it will be a catch and shoot opportunity here for Seton LaSalle.
You got so much time there. I'm not too sure if BJ forgot how much time was left.
Yeah.
I mean,
he could have set his feet.
We had all the time in the world. He could have made another pass. He could have driven down the lane and made a layup.
And as much as he rushed that, he almost drained it.
He almost drained it.
I can't say that he didn't almost drain it, but wow, he had so much time because they had enough time to get the offensive rebound, throw it to half court, and then the awareness for them to take a timeout.
But guys, let's go back for a second. The most consistent, one of the most consistent free throw shooters in the WPIL.
Missed.
He misses the front end of a 1-and-1 that gives the Rebels the lead. And the Chargers have a shot, and now the Rebels have another shot with 1.4 seconds before this goes into a fifth frame.
The basketball gods were there with the Chargers. You know, for Spratt to miss that and the ball to land right in P.J. Vaughn's hands, and then he had a terrific look at it, but I think he took it a little too early. Now it's about getting one stop. So, again, your communication has to be on point, and you can't foul here. You can't foul. Really, the best thing here is, you know, 1.4 seconds, the chances of you getting a steal and throwing up a heave and it going in to win the game is very, very, very slim. So now it's just about, hey, we can't make it. We got to make it tough on Spratt or any of these guys to shoot a shot here to win it at the buzzer. You got to communicate here. Talk on these screens.
Inbound will go into Spratt at the buzzer. Good if it goes, and it doesn't. And we're going to overtime. It's Seton LaSalle. Would you want it any other way?
Wow.
OT here at Seton.
This is a great game. This is terrific. The Chargers grinding this one out, battling all night. Seton LaSalle the same. I mean, big play after big play on both sides of the basketball. Great job to switch on defense by the Chargers there and communicate and challenge that shot without fouling. And now it's just about playing. But you got Kirshner on the bench, too, and that was a big one. I was going to talk about that early. Him sitting on the bench if it goes overtime, but the Chargers got to, you know, you got to find a way here with 4 minutes. You got a chance.
You know, I think guys, you know, as the game kind of matriculates through, you don't realize where you were to get to where you are, and the Chargers found a way to get here. Because, quite frankly, down 4 with under a minute to go, it did not look good, and the Chargers found a way to get here.
Yeah, and if you're the Rebels right now, they're like, man, we needed to finish that one in regulation because now we just gave them a chance. And the Chargers have the momentum basically right now going into this overtime because, like you said, they didn't expect to even probably be here and have a chance to be here. So, but what a tremendous job by them on a defensive end, right? And getting a little help with the missed free throw by Spratt. And now you have your chance with 4 minutes left. You got to execute here. Got to get a couple more stops.
Spatafora with 21 points tonight.
It's coming alive when it matters.
Spratt with 20.
Overtime we go. 4-minute overtime. Here from Seton LaSalle, a team that the Chargers invoked the mercy rule on just a month ago. Battling right now with the Chargers at 53 all.
And Matt, that tells you how close and how evenly matched this whole section is.
It does, and that's a great way. As the tip won by the Rebels. Masua to his left, and Merchant. Merchant on the right hand to Connor Spratt. Spratt pulls it back out. Left side, marching back to Spratt. Spratt and Spatafora going at it. And Chargers were calling for 5 seconds, and they didn't get it. Back to Spratt. Rodriguez is counting it out for him.
He was.
Merchant with the basketball as the Rebels foul is called. It's Tate fouls that will send Hayden Merchant to the line to try to give the Rebels an early lead here in the overtime as they take almost a full minute off the clock, 3:13 to play.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted. You didn't want them to tick a lot of time like that, almost a minute here, and then foul, send them to the line.
1 and 1, first is good, so Hayden will get another.
And that was just about communication there too. B.J. Vaughn trying to communicate to Tate that you got to pick up the ball here, and then he unfortunately fouled.
Makes the second 2-point game. Spatafora, Rocco with the basketball to Tate, to Greer here on the near side. Greer to Vaughn, ball tipped into the air, loose, settled down by Spatafora. Rocco still with it at the elbow, through everybody, hands it off out of bounds, off of the Rebels. Chargers will keep it.
Wow, what a terrific job again by Spatafora. The hustle, get the basketball back, almost a turnover. But the Chargers need to flash somebody middle. Somebody has to be like, hey, look, they're trying to funnel Rocco and they're double teaming him. Somebody's got to be open.
Tate to Spatafor, who bobbles the ball. He settles it down and gets it over to Tate. Tate bounces to Greer. Greer up strong off the window, runs out. Rebound up, it's loose. Greer pulls it down, and he's fouled. Greer will go to the line to try to tie the game.
Wow, what a great job by Donato. He's the one who tipped this ball out of Masua's hands to give Greer the opportunity, and what physicality and great ball awareness for Greer to go get that thing. And now earn his trip to the line, and he has to make his free throws.
Oh, he does.
The junior, Darion Greer, 75% coming into tonight, and he rolls in the first one. He was 50% prior to that shot today, 1 of 2.
These guys are making some big-time free throws when it matters right now. Come on, Greer.
Second one for Greer, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound to the Rebels, 1-point game. Spread up the floor.
You got to get a stop here. You got to do a good job at trying to funnel Spratt here and not give up an easy one to any of the other guys.
Merchant drives baseline, kicks it out, 3 on the way, good! Cole Sterrett, 4-point lead, 2 minutes to play in OT. Tied for Spatafor, tried to triple, no good. Colin Donato got it and moved it back outside to Vaughn. BJ penetrates through everybody, hands it off to Greer, lay it up and score. Back to a 2-point game, 1:50 to go in OT.
Again, BJ Vaughn, great patience. Colin Donato on the offensive rebound, but BJ Vaughn, great tempo and penetration to dump off.
Spratt shook off Colin Donato and drains a 3. 61-56. And Rodriguez wants a timeout. And he finally gets it. 61-56. Spratt hits the biggest shot of the ball game to extend this lead out. It's the biggest lead that either team has had since the second quarter.
Right.
And the difference right now, 2 big-time shots. Sterrett hits a wide-open 3, and, you know, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're trying to double-team Spratt, and you lose Sterrett, and that's a big-time shot by him. I mean, I don't know how many points he has tonight, but it wasn't many. That's a huge shot, 5.
Sterrett has 5.
Yeah, that's
with
a
that
big
3.
shot, and then, then Spratt just creating a little bit of separation there, and what another big-time shot by him.
Well, you know, you got to go possession by possession. Chargers have the basketball right now, and I would imagine you're wanting a quick score here and get back on defense and try to get a steal here.
Yeah, you need to attack the rim here. They did a great job. If they foul you, put you at the line, make your free throws right now. You don't need a 3. There's still a lot of time left. If you're active on the defensive end, if you score at the rim here, you can get a chance to get a turnover and get the ball back.
61-56, Tate up the floor. Tate almost got his pocket picked. He worked it to Spatafor. Rocco settles one down, moves it to Greer. Greer back over to Spatafor. Quickly over to Tate. Tate hands it off to Greer. Greer penetrates on the right hand. Floater in the air, no good. Put back opportunity, Colorado, no. Second opportunity, no. Rebound to Seton LaSalle. Sterrett with it. He'll dribble it out, move it out to Spratt. Spratt outside, a minute to play. Now they'll just hand it off to Merchant, and Merchant is fouled, and he goes to the line.
Yeah, and you have to foul there. You got to play the clock game now.
Yeah.
Being down 5. Tough play. Again, the difference has been the Chargers unable to finish around the rim all night. They got there again. You missed 2. Actually got an offensive rebound, and then you missed 2, and now you're in this position again. It's been too tough all night for them.
Merchant, good. 62-56. Bryson Kirshner, all he can do in this overtime is watch. Fouled out late in the fourth quarter. 63-56. Rebels commanding lead with under a minute to play now. Spatafor up the floor. Got to look for a triple, you'd have to imagine. Rocco to Greer. Quickly, Tate, 3 in the air. Off the rim, no good, and off the ribbon. That's going to give Seton LaSalle the ball back with 41 seconds.
And Tate, a good look there, but it was contested. Tough shot in the corner.
Spratt up the floor. Spratt on the left hand, lost it out of bounds. Oh, it's certainly not off the Chargers. It's either a foul or it had to be off of Spratt. They're going to call neither. They're going to call the ball went off for the Chargers, which where that was positioned is impossible.
I'm not even sure what was going on there. I don't know why Connor Spratt was
he
trying
going
to
to, yeah.
score.
Right, Masua's up and fouled, and he's going back to the line.
I think it was Merchant.
Merchant's going to the line.
And the difference in this ball game tonight is going to come down to Bryson Kirshner being on the bench and in foul trouble all night, and them hitting those couple big threes that are going to change the game.
Yeah, those two in a row. Starrett with the first one that was responded quickly by Rocco Spatafora, but then Spratt dropped a triple, and now just like that, it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, not looking good for purple and gold.
Spatafora contested up front. They know that he can shoot the three. Here's Vaughn. Also, he'll go through everyone, lay it up and in for two. Chargers need a foul. Masua, 12 seconds, down to 10. And they're going to call a foul there, and that was a phantom foul.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chargers were trying to foul. Mark Walsh is upset that was called a foul because that's the only time you're going to see a coach be upset that a foul was called on the other team.
I'm not going to lie. I think he was yelling for him to shoot the basketball because he knew it was going to take time off the clock if they shot it to go get the rebound.
Yeah. 7 seconds, and it's a 10-point game. Seton LaSalle, well, not now. It's 66-58. Sorry, forgot about that, too, that Vaughn hit. But Seton LaSalle's going to win this basketball game. And the Chargers' comeback efforts are going to fall short tonight. 66-58. Final score, the Chargers win it.
Nope.
Or the Rebels win it, beg your pardon. Heartbreaker for the Chargers tonight in overtime. 66-58, Rebels defeat the Chargers. Our post-game show on the back half of this one. You've been watching it right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Welcome back to Seton LaSalle postgame show 66-58. Seton LaSalle wins it in overtime over the Chargers. The Chargers drop, and that means that Steel Valley is Section 2 3A champions outright. That's the big news of the day as far as those people that keep an eye on the section. The Chargers drop this one. It's their third in section. So the good news in a bad news situation is the Chargers can make sure and lock in spot number 2 with the win against Keystone Oaks. If they lose on Friday, it's going to be a 3-way between KO, Seton, and OLSH, essentially with all 4 losses. So Friday becomes even more pivotal for the Chargers, and certainly it will become even more pivotal because of playoff positioning, because the Chargers probably, realistically, guys, lost a 4 or 5 seed, and now we're looking at a 7, 8, or 9, depending on how the pairing committee deciphers everything. And it could go a variety of ways, so all we can do is assume. But talking about what happened in these minutes and in this game between the white lines, Christian, you highlighted it a multitude of times, and it ultimately is the reason why the Chargers came up short. They just couldn't finish at the basket tonight.
Yeah, they had a tough time finishing around the rim. Seton LaSalle came out with a great game plan to deny B.J. Vaughn the basketball and Rocco Spadafora the basketball, and that triangle and 2, and it gave the Chargers some fits all night, and then they were also couldn't get out any runouts and get to the basket too much, and they couldn't go on a run to just create that separation, and then not having Kirshner early in the first half because of foul trouble, sitting with 2 fouls, and then not having him in overtime and with 3 minutes left in a ball game because he fouls out. That's a big difference. And then the Rebels knocked down 2 threes in overtime that changed the whole game. I mean, the biggest shot of the game was Starrett hitting that 3.
Hitting that through, and then coming back on the other end with Spratt hitting another one on the subsequent possession. Al, your thoughts before we get into the numbers?
Yeah, this is one that's like hard to swallow. I mean, I can't remember who the girls played that they let one. They were ahead and they let
Avonworth.
Yeah, the Avonworth game. They let it get away. The Chargers, they got to feel like they let one get away here. Plenty of opportunity. You said it, Christian. They just couldn't finish on the. They were getting the rebounds. They just couldn't put them back in, and that was the difference between that and you said like Kirshner getting in early foul trouble, and he couldn't play the game that he likes to play. He had to come out of his style of play. But on the bright side for the Chargers, man, Rocco Coladinato, what a game he had in a losing effort. He gave it all. I mean, they didn't lose because of Rocco Coladinato. That is for sure tonight.
No, he had a terrific game, and he did exactly what, we thought all year that he can do, right? And control the glass and rebound and be physical and finish around the rim and get the 50-50 balls and make the big-time plays. And he did just that tonight, and that kept OLSH, along with some other things, kept OLSH in the ball game. But, again, I think the big X factor is Kirshner being on the bench.
Right.
I mean, that changes everything for the Chargers. I mean, you're talking about the second leading scorer, a double-double getter, a guy that's physical, a guy that's a leader, a guy that's been there and played, a ton of minutes over the last how many years with them winning championships. They need him on the floor in a crucial game on the road here tonight.
The other part about, I think, all of this is realizing, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Al, is just how good this section is. And I think everybody in the parity that we talked about at the beginning of the season, and then we're all kind of looking at each other like, Chargers run the Rebels out of the gym at the AAC. They take care of Steel Valley at home. And maybe it is unfortunate the way that the schedule presented itself, in the sense that the Chargers had all the difficult games at the beginning part of the season at home, and now have had to go on the road and be road warriors of playing the Steel Valleys, the Seton LaSalles of that nature now here on the back half of the season. They'll get KO at home on Friday, but I think this section has actually caught up to the expectations that we had, which are this is going to be a log jam, and it really ends up being exactly that once these final section games are going to be played out.
Yeah, go ahead. I said it before. You can't feel like the Chargers are falling back to the pack. I think the pack is coming up to play at the Charger level. And yeah, you're right. All the good teams are defending their home court. I mean, they're winning at their home court. So what's that tell you? There's parity in this league. So the pairing committee has to look at that and say, you know what, these guys just beating the heck out of each other. We can't penalize them too bad for that.
Yeah, and I think that one of those things is where the Chargers might not get the seed that they love, especially being used to that 1 seed for so many years, but I'm curious on how the rest of these sections look beyond those section champions. I think, has Mohawk been tested? They're 18-1, but have they really been tested this season? Shadyside Academy, they're 14-4. Have they been tested? All their losses come to higher classification teams except for their loss to Deer Lakes, and they've beat each other, Deer Lakes and Shadyside Academy. And then in Section 4, Washington leads that section, but they have 2 losses in section, and they're 13-4 overall. So how good is Section 4? So it's going to be really, really tough for the committee, in my opinion, to make this necessarily fair per seeding. But to me, and I said it at the top of the broadcast, it's not necessarily your number, it's your dancing partner that makes sense. And that we could break more of that down as we get closer to the pairings on over the weekend, coming up this weekend. But it will be hard to decipher, especially when you look across this and see this come across the ticker. Maybe the only thing the Chargers have in their pocket for this is the fact that the game went to overtime.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they battled back. If you're dialing in on each game, but you did go to overtime tonight, and then if they realize, hey, he was in Kirshner was in foul trouble, and that put the Chargers in a little bit of hole. But, great win by Seton LaSalle tonight. You got to tip your cap to them. But for the Chargers, I mean, this is a tough one, again, like you said, Al, to swallow on the road because you knew how crucial it was for the section title and for also the pairings. And I think that this section is just such a gauntlet with so many good players in it that they have to take a look at that going forward.
So, we're back on the air on Thursday. The girls go to South Allegheny. So we'll bring you that one. And then the boys are back in action for their final regular season game on Friday at home against KO. We talked about that one already. So that game becomes even more important now after going down to the Rebels here tonight.
Watching some highlights courtesy of Matt Stanziola and all the men and women in the truck, as Al will break this one down the way it went.
Yeah, first for the Chargers, their leading scorer was Rocco Spadafora with 21. The only other player in double figures for the Chargers was Rocco Coladinato with 18. He goes double-double. I have him for 12 rebounds and 18 points. Like I said, Rocco, one of his better games, if not his best game this year. Next in line was B.J. Vaughn with 9, all in the second half. 6 points for Darion Greer, 2 points each for Dorian Tate and Bryson Kirshner. And that's another factor. Kirshner only with 2 points tonight.
Because he was sitting on a bench the whole night. Couldn't score from the bench.
The whole night.
For Chargers, 58 points. For the victorious Seton LaSalle Rebels, leading all scorer was Connor Spratt with 23. 16 for Ian March, 14 for Hayden Merchant, 6 points for Cole Sterrett, and none more important than that tray that he hit in the overtime. 3 points for Luke Masua, and 2 points each for Nick Sikorsky and Mahalo Milovic.
You said how many for Spratt ended up?
23.
23. And 5, just 5 in the first half.
First half, yeah.
Yeah, he got going late.
Yeah, he had four trays in the second half.
Yeah, he got going late, and so did Rocco Spadafora. Yeah. He got going late too, and they both had a terrific game tonight. But, the Achilles heel is the Chargers finishing around the rim and the Rebels just making a couple of extra plays and a couple extra stops, a couple extra rebounds, a couple extra shots. And, the Chargers are going to have to turn it around real quick here because Friday comes super fast, and that's a big, crucial game now.
Crucial game on Friday now.
That basically, showed the Rebels how to the formula to try to stop the Chargers.
Yeah, and you're going up against a team that's already taken care of business against you once. So, Chargers need to bring the A game on Friday and get it done one more time at the Angela Activity Center Friday. Hope to see you there. If not, we'll be on the air for you Friday night. But That's going to wrap up our broadcast coverage tonight for Christian Harbaugh and OLSH. Matt Stanziola, all the boys and girls in the truck. Matt Fargo saying the Rebels defeat the Chargers here tonight, 66-58, and until Friday, or actually Thursday night, back here on the network for the girls. We'll talk to you next time, right back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Good night, everybody, from Seton LaSalle.